What if I told you that aging, fatigue, and lack of energy are not just the results of getting older, they are the result of the daily choices you make at the table? Think about it. We live in a world where food is everywhere. Supermarkets are packed with colorful boxes, restaurants offer quick meals at every corner, and advertisements constantly tell us what we should crave. But here's the truth, not all food is created equal. Some foods build your strength, sharpen your mind, and protect your glow. And others? They silently tear you down, robbing you of vitality, aging your skin, draining your energy, and leaving you weaker year after year. I'm Ferrigno, and on today's episode of Glow of Elite, I'm not talking about superfoods or power meals. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on the 4 foods I never eat because these are the foods that steal from your body, your health, and your future. And once you know them, you'll never look at your plate the same way again. Let's start with the sweet stuff: cakes, candies, cookies, sodas, and ice creams. They might look innocent, and yes, they taste good, but make no mistake, sugar is one of the most toxic substances for your body. When you eat sugar, it floods your bloodstream and spikes your blood glucose. Your body rushes to release insulin to bring those levels down, and within an hour or two, you crash, feeling tired, irritable, and craving even more sugar. That constant cycle isn't just exhausting, it slowly destroys your metabolism. Excess sugar also attaches itself to proteins in your body in a process called glycation, which weakens collagen and elastin, the very fibers that keep your skin smooth, tight, and youthful. The result? Wrinkles, sagging, and premature aging. In fact, many dermatologists call sugar the skin's worst enemy. Internally, sugar fuels chronic inflammation, damages your arteries, increases your risk of diabetes, and even impairs brain function. No wonder people who eat a high-sugar diet often feel older than their age. That's why I never eat white sugar or processed desserts. Instead, I turn to fresh fruits for natural sweetness, dark chocolate for a healthy treat, and raw honey or dates in moderation. These foods satisfy cravings, but they also nourish the body, not destroy it. Now let's talk about those convenient little bags of chips, instant noodles, flavored crackers, and colorful snack packs. They may be cheap, quick, and satisfying in the moment, but they are a trap. These foods are usually loaded with artificial flavors, preservatives, and hydrogenated oils that damage your cells. They're engineered in labs to trigger your brain's pleasure centers, making you crave more even when your body doesn't need more. Ever noticed how you can eat an entire family-size bag of chips and still not feel full? That's not an accident. That's food engineering. The sodium in packaged snacks is another silent killer. High levels of salt lead to bloating, water retention, and high blood pressure. Over time, they stress your heart and kidneys, leaving your body weaker. And the refined oils in these snacks inflame your system, stiffen your joints, and make recovery slower after workouts. That's why I completely avoid them. Instead, I go for whole, nutrient-rich snacks: a handful of almonds, walnuts, or pumpkin seeds, a piece of fruit, or homemade granola. These foods give me clean energy, real nutrition, and zero regret. Here's a tricky one: artificial sweeteners. Many people think they're being healthy by cutting sugar and switching to diet sodas, sugar-free protein bars, or zero-calorie sweeteners. But artificial sweeteners are one of the biggest lies in the food industry. Aspartame, sucralose, saccharin, these substances confuse your body. They send signals of sweetness to your brain but provide no real energy. Over time, this disrupts your metabolism, increases cravings for more sugar, and can even make weight loss harder. Worse, artificial sweeteners damage your gut health, killing good bacteria and encouraging the growth of harmful ones. Since your gut controls everything from digestion to immunity to mood, this damage shows up everywhere: in your energy, your skin, and even your mental health. There's also evidence linking these sweeteners to headaches, mood swings, and brain fog. Imagine choosing diet foods to stay healthy, but ending up more tired, more irritable, and more inflamed. That's why I never touch them. If I want something sweet in my tea, I'll use a small amount of raw honey or maple syrup. If I want a treat, I'll go for fruit. Real food. Real energy. No tricks. And finally, let's look at the comfort foods so many people struggle with: onion rings, fried chicken, greasy burgers, and French fries. Fried foods may feel satisfying, but they are among the most damaging things you can eat. They're cooked in cheap oils at extremely high temperatures, which creates toxic compounds that age your cells. These oils oxidize in your body, damaging your DNA, clogging your arteries, and fueling inflammation everywhere. Trans fats, often found in fried foods, are even worse. They don't just cause weight gain. They actually change the structure of your cells, making your body weaker at a fundamental level. For your heart, they are poison. For your skin, they break down elasticity, making it dry, saggy, and old before its time. For your muscles, they slow recovery and make soreness worse. I don't allow them in my diet, because every fried bite is stealing from my future health. Instead, I choose grilling, baking, or air frying. You still get that crunch, that flavor, that satisfaction, but without the poison. So there you have it, the 4 foods I, Lou Ferrigno, never eat: white sugar in desserts, packaged snack foods, artificial sweeteners, and deep-fried junk foods. Each of these might look normal, even harmless, but they are silent destroyers of health, youth, and vitality. And here's the truth: avoiding these foods is not about restriction. It's about freedom. Freedom from fatigue. Freedom from premature aging. Freedom from disease. Every choice you make is either pulling you closer to strength and longevity, or pushing you further away. If you want to stay young, strong, and glowing, don't just ask, "What should I eat?" Ask, "What should I refuse to eat?" Because discipline today creates vitality tomorrow. If this inspired you, make sure to subscribe to Glow of Elite, hit that bell icon, and join us for more secrets of strength, longevity, and health. Stay strong. Stay young. And always keep glowing.